A beautiful evening in Manhattan sets the stage as Kansas State welcomes FCS Midwest, better known as Nicholls State, not really in the Midwest, for a Saturday night mashup under mostly clear skies and a comfortable 78-degree kickoff temperature. The Wildcats are looking to put a disappointing 2025 campaign behind them after finishing 6-6 and ultimately declining a bowl invitation. Now Kansas State gets a fresh opportunity to reset, with senior quarterback Avery Johnson leading the offense and senior tight end Garrett Oakley providing another experienced weapon in the passing game. Nicholls State will be hoping to make the most of its opportunity against a Big 12 opponent, but the Wildcats know they have plenty to prove after last year's frustrations. In front of a home crowd at Bill Snyder Family Stadium, Kansas State will look to establish its identity early and begin to climb back toward the upper tier of the conference. The lights are on in Manhattan, and kickoff is coming up next between FCS Midwest, aka Nicholls State, and the Kansas State Wildcats.
A live look at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. A Week 1 showdown between two teams hoping to get things started on a great note. It's the Thunderbirds and the Kansas State Wildcats. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Lowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
Thanks, guys. The Wildcats head coach told me before the game, this is a beautiful full-circle moment for him. He's able to finally get that dream job at his alma mater, and it all becomes a reality today when he runs out of the tunnel. He told me, I'm not sure how I'll feel, but I know my heart will be full. I'll keep you posted on how he's reacting to this crowd here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And it's the Thunderbirds. Kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Wildcats offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. We expect this guy to get a lot of work. It's Garrett Oakley. And what a luxury it is to have a weapon like this at tight end. He is a big play that can happen at any moment. They'll open with the read option to the right. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Second and long here. Johnson looking to throw. Right side, it's Oakley. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Rush is on. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Not a lot of room to make this catch. And they'll stop him right there on the return. Now the Thunderbirds offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
They're all over him. And it's a sack.
Well, he had nowhere to go with the ball, guys, and the defense is in nickel. Great job by the DBs in coverage. No receivers open.
The Thunderbirds line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Trying to get started. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. New set of downs after the completion. The run inside. It's Jackson.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Johnson wants to throw it quickly to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They're going to run it. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Turns up, it's Dorsett. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. And it's the Thunderbirds want to pick up the tempo.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen and pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Good, strong tackle. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Oh, pressure's coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long. The Thunderbirds have their offense in high gear.
And, man, I absolutely love that from this quarterback. He is not a blazer. He's not going to outrun any defensive backs on the field. But I love when you take the space that a defense gives you. They want to play a certain coverage. They want to leave up all that space open. Nice job taking off, running early in the football game, setting the tone, showing the defense that you're willing to run.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Jackson gonna throw it. Got his man. He's gonna come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And it's the Thunderbirds who will bring the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. They've sputtered a bit early, not being able to move the football, having to punt it away each of the first 2 times they had. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you could tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right, and then the defense caught up, played great D, and got him on the ground.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Jackson. He's stopped. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get it through the air. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, it's Jackson.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Throws for the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. From the red zone, looking for a space. He wants it all. Incomplete. He was going for the touchdown. Long way to go on second down. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to get the corner. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Pushes ahead. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. They're going to run it. Looking for the end zone. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 72 yards and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. They get to him as he throws. Nearly intercepted. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Working the ground game. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Thunderbirds moving quickly to the line. Jackson will throw. Makes him talk to the hand. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. They'll run it. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Breaks into the open. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
The run to the left. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Keeps it himself. Got a little grass. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. And it's the Thunderbirds kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
Sends it back in motion. 2nd down to the air. Got his man on the outside. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. 5 yards away from another third down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. Makes a catch, and he will score. Touchdown, Thunderbirds. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. They'll run the read option to the left to start the drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Hits inside. It's Jackson. He's got the first down. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Caught in the backfield. It's Fields. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Johnson looking to throw. Look out. Caught. Nice move to keep running. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line, not close to the line to gain, and it's 4th down. Punt is in the air. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. The Thunderbirds headed quickly to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Defense all over it. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Just got rid of that one. And it's the Thunderbirds will send out the punt unit. Searching for space. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. On play action. Fires to the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Heaves it deep. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Not a lot of room to field this one. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Looking for running room. Turning it on. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They're going to ride this running back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. No huddle here for the offense.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. Under pressure. They're working that left side. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Thunderbirds will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. All the way back to the 15. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The handoff as they run the counter play here.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Quarterback keep. Runs through a tackle. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. Dumps it off in the flats. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. 2nd and long here. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Took a shot as he threw. Gets rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And it's the Thunderbirds send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Looks it in at the 40. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. Quick tempo, no huddle offense, 2nd down, clock's running. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Fires it incomplete. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Jackson. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Wildcats used the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fresh center downs going to the air. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Long way to go on 2nd down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Out wide left, it's Jackson. Timeout taken here, 2nd one called by Kansas State. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Out wide right, it's Williams. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears, taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Bears sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours. Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing. Now back to your game at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
Jackson will throw. Rush right in his face. And he avoids the sack. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Down he goes. The Thunderbirds want to move quickly. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Gets away from 1. Trying to get rid of it. Unloads in the nick of time. And it's the Thunderbirds will punt this one away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Snaps it. They'll throw to start the drive. Caught in the backfield. It's Jackson. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires downfield. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. They'll need a bunch on second down. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Takes it from the gun on third down. Right side, it's Manning. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Straight ahead, it's Jackson. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Caught on the RPO. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Over the middle, it's Williams. And they get it down short of the first down marker. Hand it to the back. Enough to move the chains. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. They want to get this defense on its heels.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Jackson gonna throw it. Release to the back. Hauls it in. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. The Thunderbirds come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, gonna throw it. Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And it's the Thunderbirds line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a first down. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. He'll do it himself. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. This time they'll throw it. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Absolutely perfect. And that's going to give us a tie ball game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. Johnson looking to throw. In the backfield, it's Jackson.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He's past the marker. Turns it on at midfield. He's loose. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Wildcats! That one will give them the lead.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. They'll go to work trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. The Thunderbirds racing to the line in the hurry-up.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Unleashes one. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Jackson will throw. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And it's the Thunderbirds will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to have to strike this ball well in the face of this howling wind. It'll bounce out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 40. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Quick give. It's Jackson. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Some misdirection with the counter. And he's brought down after a short gain. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Makes the grab. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Fresh center downs going to the air. Right down the middle. Complete to Williams over the middle. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Throws to the wideout. Just barely got rid of it. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. Keeps it himself. Nice job to keep it himself, find the 1st down marker, and move the change for this offense. Looking for space. It's Jackson. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Rides to the back. They've got him corralled. They come to the line 3 yards away from the 1st down marker. They've converted twice on this drive. Johnson wants to throw it. He makes a grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Rushes on. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, gonna throw it. They're all over him.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive, and they can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's two thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up close to their own end zone.
The Thunderbirds will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34. Here comes the offense on second down. Took care of it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On the run, it's Jackson. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Avoids the punishment with the slide and a good gain on that run. They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's third and goal from the 6. Johnson looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Hauls it in. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Looking for more room. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats and get the INT. Nice job by this team.
All right, at 31-10 with only 6:25 to go, I think we can get the backups in there, avoid some injuries from the starters, get the second string some reps here.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. There he goes. And he's knocked down. They'll mark it at the 15. It's a first down in the red zone. In the red area, it's Fields. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. A first down run in the red zone. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. Pulls and fires complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Sells to run, looking to pass. On the move, he fires. Just had to get rid of it. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Sells to fake. He's got his man across the middle. It's a fumble. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Jackson gonna throw it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. Third and long coming up. Pulls it and runs it again. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on fourth down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Drops back on first down. Complete. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole nine. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Sells the run, wants to pass. Left side, it's Dorsett. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Handoff from the gun. Touchdown, Thunderbirds! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fields. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go to the counter. They put the brakes on it. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.
So a strong fourth quarter turns a touchdown game going into the fourth quarter between Kansas State and FCS Midwest / Nichols, not really Midwest, but turns a touchdown game into a fairly comfortable 3-touchdown win for the Wildcats, 38-17. As we look at the team stats here, Kansas State had the edge in first downs, 22-15. Total offense, 432 to 285. Rushing yards, 244 to 113. Great day on the ground for Kansas State. Passing yards, 188 to 172. Third down conversion percentage, 50% to 28%. FCS Midwest had the only 2 turnovers of the game, both interceptions, and then the time of possession battle was won by about 14 minutes by Kansas State there. Taking a look at the players' stats, Avery Johnson for Kansas State finishes 23 of 31 for 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. For FCS Midwest, Myrick Jackson III finishes 15 of 34 for 172 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Midwest was Donnell Creighton, 14 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown for him. For Kansas State, they were led by Joe Jackson, 18 carries for 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good day for him. Rodney Fields Jr. added a rushing touchdown for the Wildcats. Leading receiver for Kansas State, also Joe Jackson, 7 catches for 62 yards for him. Josh Manning and Lincoln Cure each had a receiving touchdown for the Wildcats. For FCS Midwest, they were led by Donnell Creighton, also the running back, 3 catches for 61 yards for him. Leading blocker for FCS Midwest was Tyreek Vincent with 5 pancakes. For Kansas State, it was Tanner Morley with 9 pancakes. Pretty good day for him. Defensive leaders for Kansas State, Adrian Maddox led the team in total tackles with 12. Asa Newsom led the team in tackles for loss with 3. Elijah Hill led the team in sacks with 1. And Caleb Patterson and Logan Bartley each had an interception for K-State. For FCS Midwest, they were led, well, they didn't have any interceptions. They were led in sacks by Kyler Henry with 1, and led in tackles for loss by Craig Tomasula with 4. And there was a 3-way tie for the lead in total tackles as Tomasula ties Christopher Richard and Elbert Turner each had 11. Kicking stats for FCS Midwest, Eric Franks made his only field goal attempt from 24 yards out. He was 2 of 2 on extra point attempts. For Kansas State, Luis Rodriguez made his only field goal attempt from 37 yards out and was 5 of 5 on extra point attempts. Punting for Kansas State, Dylan Addington had 6 punts for an average of 37.6 yards per punt, not super great. And for FCS Midwest, Blake McEnroe had 8 punts for an average of 45.8 yards per punt. Kick returns for FCS Midwest, Sam McMoon had 4 returns for an average of 15.2 yards per return, and Shaquille Jenkins had 2 returns for an average of 18.5 yards per return. For Kansas State, Brandon White had 3 returns for an average of 17 yards per return, and Sterling Lockett had 1 return for 20 yards. Punt returns for Kansas State, Brandon White had 5 returns for an average of 12 yards per return, and for FCS Midwest, Jimmy Brent had 3 returns for an average of 5 yards per return. Scoring summary: in the first quarter, there was no scoring. Second quarter, Kansas State gets on the board with a 2-yard touchdown run by Joe Jackson. But FCS Midwest answers right back with a 17-yard touchdown pass from Myrick Jackson III to Omar Aarons. Kansas State then gets a 37-yard field goal just before halftime by Luis Rodriguez, and Kansas State led 10-7 at half. The third quarter, FCS Midwest gets a 24-yard field goal from Eric Franks. Kansas State then gets a 3-yard touchdown run from Joe Jackson, and it was 17-10 K-State going into the fourth. In the fourth, K-State gets a 13-yard touchdown pass from Avery Johnson to Josh Manning, a 6-yard touchdown pass from Johnson to Lincoln Cure, and then a 1-yard touchdown run from Rodney Fields Jr. FCS Midwest does add a 12-yard touchdown run from Donnell Creighton just before the end of the game. That gives you your final score of Kansas State 38, FCS Midwest / Nichols State, which is in Louisiana, not really the Midwest, but they finish with 17 points. So 21-point win for K-State. They go to 1-0 in 2026. Headline from the game says home field advantage. The Kansas State Wildcats are now 1-0 after defeating FCS Midwest at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Highlighted players are Donnell Creighton for FCS Midwest and Joe Jackson from Kansas State. See Kansas State, much higher rated team. And here's the Wildcats schedule. They've got a home game against Washington State next week. We'll see how that one goes. Next week 1 game coming your way is going to be FCS Midwest at Arizona. But from Manhattan, Kansas, the Wildcats of Kansas State get their first win of 2026, defeating FCS Midwest / Nichols State 38-17. And we will see you next time.